Peace, family. It's your brother, Marc Lamont Hill. Thanks for watching the Marc Lamont Hill official YouTube channel. And of course, thank you for your patience as we get started on the War on Gaza report. Every night here on the channel, as you know, we give you updates on what's happening in Israel's war on Gaza. And we give you the perspective that mainstream media does not offer. We give you the analysis that they don't want you to have in corporate outlets. We break it down so that you understand not just what's happening, but also how it's happening, and to get insight on how we can stop this from happening. Our goal here is not just to report stories, it's to actually leave this world better. And we can't leave it better until we end this incredibly vicious and violent onslaught on Gaza. And so I want to start right here with the numbers. So that's where we always start. At least 647 people have been killed. I'll say that number again. 35,647 people have been killed. 79,852 have been wounded in Israeli attacks on Gaza since October the 7th. The death toll in Israel, of course, from Hamas's October 7th attack is 1,139, with dozens of people still held captive. This is depressing. It's frustrating, but we keep fighting because the death tolls continue to rise. Yesterday, the 24-hour death toll was once again a recent high. The North and the South are under siege, are under attack. And we're seeing more and more violence, particularly in the Jabalya refugee camp. Israeli forces thrust deeper into the Jabalya refugee camp in northern Gaza, attacking a hospital. We'll say that again, attacking a hospital with artillery and sniper fire, and destroying residential areas with tank and air bombardment. So the Jabalya refugee camp is getting hit in multiple ways, from multiple directions. None of the 569 tons of humanitarian assistance that arrived at a U.S.-built pier in Gaza so far has been distributed to starving Palestinians. There is a famine, not just looming, but in existence in Gaza. And 569 tons of humanitarian assistance have arrived. And it's arrived on that pier. Remember the pier that was built a few months ago because of the danger and all the fallout from food dropping from the sky? Well, food still ain't got to the people that need to get it. The UN's World Food Program warns that humanitarian operations in Gaza are near collapse, and if food does not enter soon in large quantities, famine-like conditions will spread. Yeah. Part of the reason the International Criminal Court issued the arrest warrants on Gallant and Netanyahu is because of the Israeli government's use of starvation, of food, of blocking humanitarian assistance, all of it as weaponry, as a weapon. This is a crisis. Israeli authorities quickly reversed course after confiscating camera equipment belonging to the Associated Press news agency and shutting down a live shot of Gaza following widespread condemnation from media groups and criticism from Israel's close ally, the U.S. For more on this story, you can go to Night School. We did a full analysis, I did a full breakdown of all of this on Night School. But again, to know that Israel is waging war on media, it's not just about killing journalists, which is awful and the worst thing that could happen, but it's also confiscating equipment, creating laws that literally criminalize dissident media voices. The World Health Organization, some good news, and the government of Japan have signed a $10 million agreement to bolster the emergency health response in Gaza. The WHO said only 30% of Gaza's hospitals are partially operational, and the funding from Japan will play a critical role in maintaining the functionality of health facilities by supplying essential medicines, medical equipment, and supplies. We're seeing hospitals, once again, under extraordinary assault in the Gaza Strip. The World Health Organization says almost 200 people, patients, their relatives, and medical workers have been trapped inside the El Ouda hospital in Jabalya, which is in northern Gaza, since Sunday. Israeli snipers are aiming at the building, and a rocket has struck the 5th floor. The Israeli military has also opened fire on the Kamal Adwan hospital in Beit Lahia, forcing staff and displaced Palestinians to flee. Before we go, I also want to talk a little bit about the West Bank. 8 people have been confirmed killed and at least 21 injured in the latest Israeli military raid on the Jenin refugee camp in the occupied West Bank. A medic at the scene of the killings on Tuesday said Israeli forces, who among others killed a Palestinian teacher, a doctor, and 2 teenagers aged 15 and 16, opened fire indiscriminately, quote, at any moving body in the street. How do we make sense of this? How do we talk about this? Children being killed on the way to school. Innocent people being killed while walking down the street. This is absolutely shameful, inexcusable, and indefensible. But it's the reality that we're facing. Anyway, more on this tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow for the War on Gaza report, day 229. Today, of course, is day 228, and the numbers are tragic. I know many of you were looking for Office Hours Live. They're coming up right now. I'm literally going to disconnect from here and go right into Office Hours Live. I know some of y'all were in the wrong room. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to log out of here. We're going to head right over to the Office Hours Live for your live question and answer session for about 15 minutes. I'll see you right now on the other side. Bye.